It seems like all this heavy training and bulking up won't be useless for Terence Crawford. He can debut in the super middleweight division at the end of this year. Terence Crawford has claimed on multiple occasions that he is ready for a 3-division jump. He doesn't see any top guy in his division who can glorify his legacy. Bud spars with guys much bigger in size and counters them very well. This time he's been called out by the Mexican monster David Benavidez. When TMZ asked him about the potential danger of fighting someone like Canelo or Benavidez, the Nebraskan confidently replied,
I don't know. I just think, his punching power and his physical size is the only thing that I really have to worry about. But who knows? Once we get in the ring, we don't know how I'll handle his punching power, his size. I've been fighting bigger guys my whole life, so I'm pretty familiar with.
Terence Crawford dropped some other bombs in a recent chat with sports journalist Ariel Helwani. The Omaha champ has given his detailed perspective on this decision and his plans. Terence compared a fight against Canelo to any of his regular stablemates by saying, "Where I'm at right now, I'm looking at the fight that makes the most sense, and that's not boots. Canelo's going to bring way more to my legacy and way more to my bank account." Ariel questioned Terence's motive to fight against a guy who is currently 3 divisions bigger than him. Canelo himself made a similar blunder against a much bigger Dimitri Bivol. But for Crawford, no one in his division poses a challenge. After this continuous investigation of Helwani, Crawford finally declared, "Because at the end of the day, when boxing is done, what will we have? I would have a legacy that's something people talk about for ages, and I would have a bank account that would last for ages as well." Bud Crawford is 36 years old, so he could be on the declining verge of his prime. He and his main man are desperate to grab a big fight. Instead of Canelo, David Benavidez has agreed to it. This fight is going to be very personal for the Mexican monster. Why is it special? In October 2018, Bud Crawford whooped Jose Benavidez Jr. by delivering a crushing defeat. And Jose is David's older brother. And the way Bud Crawford added heat against Jose Benavidez Jr. was very humiliating for the entire Benavidez family. For a better understanding, have a look at one brutal face-off between these. As it was discovered that David Benavidez won't be fighting Canelo Alvarez anytime soon, he moved up to 175. However, Benavidez has his sights set on another opponent. He has recently expressed that he is ready for a bout against the fresh 154-pound champion Terence Crawford. However, his next fight is made. WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman has confirmed this news. He posted, "The WBC has just received a letter from Samson Lukowicz, exclusive promoter of David Benavidez, confirming that David Benavidez will continue his career as a light heavyweight. He is confirmed as the WBC 175 interim champion and is the mandatory contender for the winner, Beterbiev versus Bivol." David appeared in a podcast with Mr. Organic where he revealed the possibilities. Despite the major size difference, David expressed his desire to avenge his brother in a pro fight against Crawford.
Do you feel like, let me get vengeance from my brother?
I've been wanting to get, I would love to get it. I just don't think it would come up. Well, I mean, I'm not even at 168 no more.
Right.
But I mean, I would love to try to fight Crawford, or even spar. I would love to spar Crawford.
In November 2023, Jose Benavidez Jr., the elder brother, also expressed a similar desire. Jose Jr. wants to fight Terence Crawford again, this time at a higher weight. The former welterweight contender was defeated by Bud via technical knockout in the 12th round. However, Jose remains proud of his performance and told reporters, "I lasted 12 rounds. Yeah, I got stopped, but I put a hell of a fight on. Terence Crawford is the best of the best." Previously, both guys wanted a matchup against Canelo. After Canelo's non-negotiable prices, they could have a great fight between them. However, David was totally against Terence's fight against Canelo Alvarez.
Crawford throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's the money fight. You know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest with you. But it would be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It would be a great fight. But I feel like if I deserve my opportunity, and and after this fight, what else are you gonna say?
Currently, Benavidez is locked in for his preparation for his first title fight at 175. He has earned the interim champion status by beating Alexander Gvozdyk. Hence, he will be fighting against the winner of Bivol and Beterbiev. Can you suggest his current weight in the following clip? Canelo has criticized David's bulked-up body and used it as a reason to avoid this fight. Moreover, he demanded $200 million to fight against him. Canelo says that he doesn't see any legacy in fighting or even beating the Mexican monster.
He brings nothing to the table for me. He brings just 25 pounds more in the night, the fight on the night. That's it. I don't need to fight anybody. I don't need to prove anybody anything, because I remember when this happened with Golovkin, and then it happened with this. So I don't need to prove anything with anybody.
Like Benavidez, Terence also seems desperate. He didn't miss a chance to call out Terence. When he heard of Canelo's victory over Edgar Berlanga, he grabbed Turki Al-Sheikh and shouted,
"Yo, Turki, tell him we going for Canelo next."
Yes. Let's go. Canelo, come on.
You heard it from him.
We are ready.
After this, Terence went to the boxing match of Canelo. As the fight ended with the Mexican P4P King's unanimous victory, Terence stepped ahead to mock him and his crew members. Here, his paths crossed with the takeover. Soon their verbal banter went out of control. Terence rushed towards Teo and mugged him until the security came into action. Later in the night, when Canelo was asked about Terence's call-outs, the answer was cringe.
What's your response to Terence Crawford's call-out tonight?
No comment.
It is a great possibility that Terence Crawford will choose David Benavidez because Canelo has closed all the doors. Canelo is still gutted at his loss against Dimitri Bivol and plans on having a second chance to redeem himself.
The only two blemishes on your record, obviously, Floyd Mayweather and Bivol. I've heard fighters say that they learn more from losses than wins. Which of those fights did you learn from, or which one bothered you the most just out of those two?
Bothered me more like the Bivol fight because, I think I'm not in my 100% in that fight. I should be stopped and take more time. At the end of the day, everything happened for a reason, and I learned my lesson in that way, and that's it.
And it seems like Bivol's camp is also looking forward to another big payday. Bivol himself is laid back, but the manager is adding fire to this fight. Vadim Kornilov has signaled that they're ready for a potential rematch with Canelo Alvarez. In a recently deleted post, Vadim has refused to consider Canelo as the greatest boxer. Michelle Benson shared it as, "Canelo has to avenge his losses to Bivol and Floyd Mayweather if he wasn't retired, before he or they say that he is the greatest again." Why has Kornilov mentioned Mayweather in his post? Any ideas? He's been retired for 7 years and is 47. Floyd is so old that he probably couldn't beat one of the high-end YouTube boxers at this stage of his life. Moreover, Vadim has shared some conditions that might not be suitable for Canelo. One is the placement of this fight at 168 pounds. After beating Artur Beterbiev, Bivol wants to become a 2-division undisputed champion of the world.
So they have to meet certain terms that we're asking for. And one of those terms right now is, Bivol wants to fight him at 168. First of all, it's enticing for him to put all the titles on the line, and he doesn't want any more excuses. Bivol wants it to be a fight where there's no more excuses.
Right. Vadim slammed Canelo for saying that his fight against Bivol was a mistake. Referring to Canelo's crybaby attitude after the previous loss, Vadim added, "Canelo said after the last fight that he went above the weight, but he's done that before. Manny Pacquiao has done that, De La Hoya has done that. A lot of fighters have done that. The only conclusion one can make is that Canelo is the biggest payday in modern boxing, and Terence Crawford's homies are sure that they will overcome him." Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis have given their expert opinions on Canelo's fight against Terence. They also insisted that Bud is more than capable of fighting and even knocking out guys bigger than his size. They concluded this after watching Terence's epic sparring session against former super middleweight champion Andre Ward. Shakur Stevenson said, "Honestly, I think that Bud beats anybody who he gets in the ring with, even at a higher weight class. I think he's got all the tools and ability to beat anybody and everybody." Shakur also highlighted the fact that Terence regularly trains with the heavyweight boxers in his famous 4-minute rounds. Guys much bigger than Canelo act like chicken in front of Crawford. Shakur also ensured that Terence won't be a smaller guy against Terence due his heavy training. He added, he's got punching power, boxing IQ, boxing skills, and footwork. There's nothing he can't do in the ring, so I think he'd be a hard task for anybody. Another thing, his punching power translates to another weight class. I've been in the gym and seen him hurt a heavyweight, a 200 lbs plus dude. Keyshawn Davis believes that not only will the fight happen, but that Bud has a real chance of becoming the first man to knock Alvarez out. He stated, I think they will fight, especially after Terence Crawford looks great against this guy right here, Israel Madrimov. After that, it's going to be almost mandatory for them to fight. Two men are going to have to want to fight each other. It can't just be one man. So after Terence Crawford proves himself, then Canelo should be up for it. That's it for today. Please give us your feedback in the comments. Please like this video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.